All right, rituals and values. This is one of the most powerful and important rooms for us as a couple. Bill Doherty, the director of the Minnesota Couples on the Brink project, found out that in his research, the couples who were able to really infuse their relationships with intentionality thrived in good times, and this was the glue that held them together in adversity. In his book, The Intentional Family, he especially highlights the importance of rituals and values. You might be asking what a ritual is. And the key distinction between a ritual and a routine is that a routine is something that we do regularly, and a ritual is something that we do regularly that we've infused with meaning. So that's the difference. We take something we do regularly and we infuse it with that meaning, and then it takes on a much deeper level of importance. And values, these are really the core principles that define who we are as a family. In contrast to organizations, they're often much simpler as a couple or a family unit, and sometimes they're just communicated through symbols throughout the house versus being spelled out. But what really matters is they're the decision filters that make it easier to function as a family and to really know who we are and who we aren't. In my interviews with entrepreneurial couples, I heard again and again how important it was to have rituals that buffered the couple from the demands of the business, the demands of professional lives, the demands of family life and children. Okay, here's three of my favorite ways that you can think about this and apply it right away. All right, so my first one is with the ritual, thinking about what is it like to separate and come back together from your partner at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. And there's this amazing book called The Science of Kissing, and they talk about the magic of the 6-second kiss. It basically releases all of the oxytocin and other sort of connecting chemicals that allow us to feel especially close and trusting of our partner. And, pardon my French, screw the science, it feels really great. That's the kind of kiss that's worth coming home to. It's the kind of kiss that has possibilities. Another great ritual to look at is date night, but to give it a little twist. A lot of times we hear about date night as this thing we should do every Saturday night, and we go out to a movie and dinner, and there's kind of this like stereotype we have of what it should be. But I've loved hearing from the interviews. There's some couples who do date hikes, they do date brunch. One couple did a monthly date weekend because they found that was what worked for them in their lives. So take that concept of a regular date, a chance to basically court your partner, and then think about how can we get really creative and make it work for us. All right, lastly on the values front, I'd like to share my family's values because this has been one of the best things that we've done. So we have 5 values: be kind and generous, have a growth mindset, practice gratitude, service and leadership, and family first. And if you think about it, and this is how we think about it with our 4-year-old on a simpler level, it basically comes down to be kind, be curious, and have a growth mindset. And what we did that was really cool was my wife took some neat little like pastel pencils and she made this beautiful drawing of them and we framed it so it's on the dinner table and we see it every night when we eat.